It's just true. It's just true. I feel like I am trapped in a prison of my own heterosexuality lately. And I do recognize clearly the privilege of being straight, and I'm not going to pretend I don't. But still, lately it's been hard. And I think that I have a plan. I am going to replace my vagina with one perfectly arched eyebrow, like this. Like if you think about a cartoon drawing of a vagina, it's always just that V, right? It's just like there's no labia, there's no anything, it's just like a little V. So if you just like, all you would have to do is turn it upside down, and it would be an eyebrow. Okay. I am a cartoon, so that works for me. So yeah, I feel like, you know, like one of the things you are supposed to do in Comedy 101 is talk about your relationship status when you get on stage. So I will tell you, I am not single, I am a freelance girlfriend. It's super different, it's pretty cool, unlimited time off, it's pretty sweet, good benefits, no benefits. Yeah, and I am in my 30s, which is so fucking embarrassing. I just kept living. I don't know why. I hit 30, kept going toward 40, and like for some reason my lungs just kept breathing and like blood just kept flowing through my body. I'm so sorry. But even though I am in my 30s, I keep dating guys in their 20s. Don't validate me. My therapist said not to. And I think it's because when women in their 30s don't have babies, they date them instead. It's my working theory. I'm not sure if that is an insult to me or to them. I don't know. Also, that joke does not work outside of major cities. Like, I'll go to North Carolina and I'll be like, because 25-year-olds don't have kids, and they're like, I have 12 children and they're all here. And I'm like, no, my life is even more behind than I thought. Okay. I do think I want to have kids soon, whether I have a partner or not, because I can, you know, wait forever to have a partner or never. But it's true, like, that there is a biological, you know, like, clock. And I did, this is true, I had my eggs frozen a few years ago. Woo! Woo! Yeah, right? That's the first boo I've ever gotten for egg freezing. They just got 2, which means like I just spent all this money and stuff for no reason. But anyway, not a big deal. But yeah, so I froze my eggs, and which I feel like makes me one of the few women that when people are like, how many kids do you have? I can be like, none that I know of. Because the doctor, I don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about, like, you know, am I mature enough to have kids at 38? I don't know what that means, but like, I also, like, I have the names, which I think is one of the most important markers of whether you're ready to have kids, right? Like, you have to have names. And I decided I am going to name my daughter Mommy. So it'll just be like I'm in the playground, like, Mommy! Mommy, what are you doing? Mommy, stop hitting her! Mommy! Mommy is talking to you! Mommy! And I think that will work, and then I will have a son afterwards, because, you know, I can make a designer baby and figure that out. And I'll just be like, so I'll call him Friend, just so I can be like, this is my boy, Friend. The joke is always good if you can finger gun after it. That's my comedy motto. It's true. So I live alone in New York. I live alone with 2 rabbits because I am quirky as fuck. And I'm like so quirky that like I'm just like the kind of quirky that like runs in like fields with Zoe Deschanel, like through fields of ukuleles. That's who I am. No, I hate the word quirky. I feel like guys don't get to be quirky. Why do women have to be quirky? Right? Like there's no such thing as a quirky guy? I don't think so. I also was like with ukuleles, I feel like anyone who plays the ukulele, like any white woman who plays the ukulele, like she looks like she would play the ukulele. Maybe people think that about me, but I don't even have my bangs down. this is not a joke, but just something I was thinking about. So, like, before the election, like a couple years ago, do you guys know who Gavin McInnes is? He is like this horrible person who's the founder of Vice, actually, but then he left, and now he's one of the, you're familiar with Proud Boys? It's like that, yeah, that shit. So it's just like these super like asshole MRA, men's rights activist type. And I went on his show, but this was pre-Trump, this was a different era, where I was just like supposed to be like the feminist comic who comes on the show and banters with him. And I was like, maybe I can educate people, because I like didn't fully understand the concept of emotional labor yet. And so I went on the show and I had my bangs down, which were like, this at the time. He was like, I know you're a feminist because you got bangs. I was like, that is the only truth that you've ever said. All the other stuff about rape allegations being fake, can't get with that, but bangs, you and I are like on the same page. They don't like, I mean, like Bobby has bangs, like, I mean, I don't know, like, they make you, they try to make you, whether you want to or not. It's true. So, do any of you guys have dads or ever had a dad, even biologically? Dad havers around here? Okay, yeah. So I realized that I really do not like the phrase daddy issues. I feel like it's very victim blaming. I don't like it when people say, like, I feel like it's the equivalent of like if someone's like, oh my god, do not sneak up behind Marissa with a knife because someone once tried to stab her, so she has murder issues. Like your dad fucked you up, so now we're supposed to make fun of you for it. That is my segue into the part about my daddy issues. My dad, he's pretty immature, and he likes to make really embarrassing jokes, like sexual jokes. Like I remember we would be like at Passover or something at the Seder when I was a kid. I remember being like 8 years old, and one of my relatives said that they had just gotten back from the Virgin Islands, and my dad was like, "Virgin Islands, huh?" Don't think they'd let me in there. Cause I'm not one. A virgin. I've had sex with my dick. That's my daughter. She came out with dick. It's like, okay, Dad, we get it. You're a cool sex guy. My dad has a lot of trouble emotionally communicating, which is why it was like very notable. One time he came to visit me and he was looking out my window, which is like on the 6th floor, not to brag, and then he was like looking down, and like he was suddenly very quiet. He's always super chatty to the point where you can't get a word in. I was like, Dad, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? And he's like, Lynn, like, is he finally gonna like say something emotional to me? Oh my god. Turns to say, Lynn, what do you think Keanu Reeves is doing right now? Which is like what every girl hopes her dad is gonna finally ask her at some point in her 30s. And I was like, I don't know, like watching himself in Point Break on endless repeat and master, like, I don't know, what is Keanu Reeves doing? And he was like, well, how do you know that he owns over 16 vintage motorcycles and he spends a lot of time repairing them? And I was like, what? I was like, did you just like memorize those facts about Keanu Reeves to talk to me about? And he was like, yeah, I watched a documentary about him. I thought it might be a good way to connect. He knows how to connect with me. Tell me random facts about Keanu Reeves, apparently, I guess. I don't know. So I'm Jewish, and weirdly that gets a laugh sometimes when you say that. And like, that's not a joke. That's just like a statement of religion. Okay, but weird. Okay, like if I was like, I'm Christian, nobody would be like, oh, Jew is a funny word, I guess. I don't know. And it wasn't something that I thought of as like othering me that much until all this alt-right stuff happened, and I had someone from do you guys know the Daily Stormer? Yes. Okay, so the Daily Stormer was shut down, but it was a big Nazi website. And so they posted a thing like, Jewish feminist comedian, let's all get her. So they all like singled me out and like started bombarding my Twitter and my Facebook, and I had to take down my website because it fucked up my bookings because they were just sending nonstop messages. But one thing I felt like that happened, that I guess kind of good that came out of it, was one of the main skills you need to be in the alt-right now, I guess, is to be really good at Photoshop and memes. And so they were like photoshopping like a picture of me, like with like Officer Trump of the SS, putting me in an oven, and like custom Photoshop work can cost a lot, you guys. And so, but what they did was they made my nose a lot bigger, and I see them like talking back and forth on this board, and someone's like, holy shit, she's got a huge nose. And the other person was like, well, I made it like altered in Photoshop a little. And the guy was like, yeah, I mean, you must have, because otherwise she clearly had plastic surgery. And I was like, no, I didn't. Oh my God, thank you.